How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another Horseshoe Huddle Film Room. We're here talking Anthony Richardson yet again against the Buffalo Bills in his first start in the preseason here in 2023. Now, the other day, I think it was on Monday, we broke down his interception from this game. I know it was kind of a negative start to this series, but I think it was important to contextualize everything that happened in that interception and what kind of went wrong for the young quarterback and for the Colts offense in general on that exact play. So today, we're going to bring it back to a more positive spin. We're going to talk about his two biggest plays of the game, his two best throws in his one quarter of action here in the preseason. So our first play, just kind of kicking it off right now, we're going to be talking about this little pop pass over the middle to tight end Kylen Granson that went for about a 20-yard gain towards the tail end of the first quarter. So in this play right here, we're going to have the Colts running a little play action pass. And this is actually a perfect time for me to continually talk about RPOs and how they are different from play action plays. So I'm going to talk about a couple things here with the play, and then we're going to dive into exactly why this is a play action and not an RPO. Because again, if you watch Sunday Night Football or you watch a lot of those commentary crews and stuff, they'll call every play that looks like this an RPO. They'll call every single thing an RPO because that's what's in right now. We need to call everything an RPO, and that's just not the case. This is not an RPO. This is a play action pop pass over the middle here to Kylen Granson. But let's talk about some elements of the play first, and then I'll go into why this is a play action pass instead of an RPO pass. So here we got lineman Quentin Nelson, who's going to be performing a little trap block, and this is just really to sell that run action, to really sell that this is a play action, because for a pop pass to work, this like lineman here or whatever these linebackers are keying on, so it could be Quentin Nelson, it could be the running back, it could be a number of things here on the offense. You need to get these linebackers crashing downhill. They need to be coming hard downhill to open up that window behind the defense here for Kylen Granson to get that space. So we're going to see right here on this play, Quentin Nelson's going to be pulling, which is going to drive these two linebackers up to the line of scrimmage to give that open window behind them. So here, Quentin Nelson's pulling across the line. These linebackers are keying on him. They're keying that is typically what teams do in the run game. So they're going to be coming down hard, real hard. Like, these linebackers are flying up to the ball. They're coming in, and that gives Anthony Richardson just enough space here behind the defense. You can see that's the window that Kylen Granson's going to be working into. And Anthony Richardson's able to step back and launch it right over that linebacker's hand there for a really nice completion. We'll talk about some of the good things that Anthony Richardson did on this play and why having that arm strength is great to see. But let's get into why this is a play action pass and not an RPO. So if this were RPO, all these linemen here would be blocking like it's a run play, because like we said the other day on Monday, RPO plays are run designs. They are rushing plays that can just become pass options if the quarterback gets a favorable look. So if this were an RPO, Blake Freeland would be climbing to that second level. You would have Quentin Nelson kicking out and driving this guy. You'd have Will Fries maybe climbing here. Well, one of them would have to stay on this lineman here. So you would have more climbing to the second level, though. You'd probably have, I would guess Will Fries would stick on this guy. Freeland would climb to the second level here, and Quentin Nelson would kick out. And this would block like a run play. But if you're looking at just across the board here on the offensive line, you got Bernhard Raimann on the left end. He's blocking like it is a pass play. He's getting back into his angle set. He's taking out that defensive end. Ryan Kelly is not driving this guy. He's staying still. Will Fries is looking for help in the passing game. He's not looking to climb or looking to hold on to this so Blake Freeland can climb. And the same thing with Blake Freeland. He's not climbing. He's staying home. And even when you watch Quentin Nelson, he's not going out into the run blocking. He's going to set right here, and he's going to get into his pass block set. So again, if anyone saw this play and said, oh, it's an RPO pass over the middle, this is a play action play. These linemen are blocking for the pass. It is a pass all the way, 100% a pass play from the start of the play to the end of the play. So no, this is not an RPO pass. This is just a play action play. And it's a really effective one because, again, for play action to work, you have to sell the run game. Really sell the run game, which is hard because these linebackers are keying what these linemen are doing. If they were to key what Bernhard Raimann's doing, they would key that this is a pass play. If they were going to key what some of these other guys would do, they could maybe key that this is a pass play because they're not firing off. But because Quentin Nelson is pulling, because you're selling the trap action on the inside, that is going to get these linebackers up and give that window for Anthony Richardson to throw it over the middle. Just a phenomenal pass here by Richardson. Love that he layers that ball over the linebacker. Very fearless throw. I know some people might say that, get it out right here and it's a better window. But you do have to throw it to that open window. You can't just throw it right here and just hope Kylen Granson's going to sit. You have to throw it to the open window behind, and you have to trust your arm strength and your accuracy to get that over that defender. So this linebacker does do a good job of getting back into that throwing window and trying to take away the play. But Richardson's arm strength, his just accuracy over the middle is far too much. And I love Richardson's mechanics on this throw too. Like, we talk a lot about his mechanics and how, he'll sail some passes at times because he's not driving that front foot in. He's kind of cutting off his, I guess the way to explain, he's cutting off his transition of power through his body by not really driving that front foot into the ground. But that's really not the issue on this play here. He's getting back, he's getting square, his feet have good balance there. They're both about shoulder width apart. And he's driving forward, he's ripping his hips through the throw, and he's really getting that ball to where it needs to go. And this is on super slow mode, and that ball is still going really fast here. We're actually going to go back to the beginning of the play. I think I have another clip here. Yeah, we're going to show you in real time why this pass is so effective and really why arm strength is so important for quarterbacks. So this is real time here. That ball is out quick. Like, that is a quick throw, and that ball has so much velocity it's able to get to his target when it needs to be. That's not sped up at all. I know it kind of looks a little sped up there, but that is exactly how the play ran. Really, really nice ball by Anthony Richardson. And again, this is when we're talking arm strength in the pre-draft process. It's really not about your ability to throw the ball 50 yards down the field or anything like that. It's more about how strong your arm is in these tight windows, because every window in the NFL is tight. I mean, again, if we go back to the beginning of this play and we look at all the space behind these linebackers, like, this is as much as you're going to get linebackers to bite in the NFL. Getting them all the way up to the line of scrimmage like this, that's as much as you're going to get them to bite in the NFL. And your window is still pretty tight. I mean, look at the margin for error here. That's your margin for error in the NFL. That half inch, that little half inch and that half second of timing is your margin for error. So when you have a quarterback like Anthony Richardson, where the arm strength is just unfathomable, it is quick, the arm speed is quick, the ball comes out really fast, it comes out with great velocity, that makes those little margins there so much better to where you can get that ball into where it needs to go. So again, this is real arm strength right here. This is real arm strength from a quarterback, is getting that ball into that tight window, layering it over this linebacker over the middle, and getting it where it needs to go. Just a phenomenal play from Anthony Richardson. I think this was actually his best throw of the day. I know what the next one we're going to talk about was his most impressive one that we've been talking about all week, but this one, layering it over that linebacker, getting it to where it needs to go, and making this a 20-yard gain, I thought this was a phenomenal throw by Anthony Richardson. All right, so getting to this next play here now, excuse my diagrams, Capto and the service I use has kind of made it really tough with the new NFL Game Pass to take pictures and really diagram these plays, but I think you guys get the gist a little bit here. You get the gist. This is a little smash concept the Colts are running to the wide side of the field. They have Alec Pierce alongside Michael Pittman Jr., and they're trying to get this deep ball to Alec Pierce. And they have 3 defenders covering 2 wide receivers. So what Alec Pierce really needs to do here is sell the inside release. He needs to get up this seam here before breaking back to the outside on that smash concept. And if that's not available, then you have Michael Pittman Jr. working back on the little hitch route underneath. So there are options here for Anthony Richardson to find his target. But this is what we want. We want this deep vertical pass here, breaking to the pylon. And honestly, they get a really good look. And a lot of it comes from Alec Pierce's route. We're going to see here at the line of scrimmage, he's really effective getting that one step, getting under, dipping under that press coverage, does a really good job of getting low and winning the leverage game. And with that, he's able to stack on top of that cornerback and get to a favorable spot. Now, this cornerback and this safety are probably thinking, with the inside release, he's working up the seam like this. They're probably thinking that this is going to be a post or something just going vertical. So the safety's trying to stay more to the inside. They got the slot corner staying on that outside hip right there on the back side of it. And Alec Pierce does a good job of just redirecting back to the outside. Safety more drifts back to the middle. and kind of leaves that slot corner on an island with Alec Pierce. Now, what I wanted to highlight here, just because I know this is an Anthony Richardson thing, but I want to talk about Alec Pierce a little bit in it. But I wanted to highlight here is this subtle separation that Pierce is able to create when the ball is in the air. So the ball's in the air now, it's coming out. Alec Pierce is really even with this slot corner, but look at this subtle little push off he does here. Little push off, extending the arms. It's really not something that would get called because it's not like a big shove. It's not something where he's exploding through that defender and knocking them off balance. It's really just extending that arm and creating space by just extending the arm. Pierce is a 6'4" wide receiver with a lot of strength in his body. He's able to create that separation naturally just by extending the arm. And right there, you're already creating that separation to where he has a real window to catch this ball now. He's pulling away from that defender. And this is something that, if you're just kind of looking at the screen grab from right here, you're thinking this is going to be a touchdown or a big play to Alec Pierce. Now, unfortunately, we know because we watched the game, Pierce wasn't able to come down with it. Really nice ball by Anthony Richardson. Not absolutely perfect. Like, if I wanted to nitpick a little bit, the ball could have been a little closer to the pylon, but, beggars can't be choosers when it comes to a 30-something yard pass down the field. This was a really good ball by Anthony Richardson. It's one that obviously Alec Pierce would like to come down with. I don't think it's a drop by any means, but I think it's one where you want to see your starting wide receiver come down with, even if the defender does a good job of playing through the hands and knocking it out there. But I did want to highlight a little bit of Alec Pierce's route and kind of what the Colts were doing on this play and how it kind of led to such an open, not such an open, but such a good situation, good opportunity down the field for Anthony Richardson to hit one of his top receivers on the outside. So really nice throw, almost a nice catch, but a good route by Alec Pierce to get that separation down the field and to create this opportunity for the offense. Now going back into the backfield and looking at quarterback Anthony Richardson, also looking at the offensive line. Again, really like the pocket presence here from Richardson. We're doing another little play action pass. He's going to slide up in the pocket. He's feeling this edge rusher come in. He's going to do a nice little job sliding up, getting his mechanics all set, sliding through it, and just tossing that ball right in the bucket to Alec Pierce, where Pierce has a chance to make this catch. Again, that corner just does a nice job getting his hands in there as Pierce is coming down with it and punching it out. A good play by the corner. Would like to see Pierce come down with that, but really nice throw, really nice pocket poise by Anthony Richardson. And this is something that I think in the regular season we're going to see this completed more often than not. So really nice throw, like what Richardson was doing on this play here. One more thing I wanted to take note of, just because I had the video here and I want to show you guys a little bit about offensive line play as well. When you're looking at plays like this, I'm sure some people will look at this play here by Quentin Nelson and think, oh man, look how badly he's getting beat by this defensive tackle. Like, look at this right here. The guy's crashing inside, just blowing through him. Well, when you have the help of your center, which I think a lot of you guys are going to realize that when you see this, when you have the help of your center, you're going to be attacking that outside shoulder there. Nelson actually does it pretty blatantly with his right inside hand there. So he's just kind of getting contact and still kind of cutting that player off. Ryan Kelly finishes it off by having the help. So no, like Nelson wasn't beat or anything here. It wasn't, Kelly covering for him. It was by design, a little combo block that they had on the inside. Will Fries does a good job of eating up the other defensive tackle in a really aggressive set. And then you also have the Blake Freeland running the guy outside, Bernard Ryman covering it up. So just a really, really nice play overall by the Colts offense, and really a touchdown taken away by just mere inches. Mere inches by that slot corner knocking the ball away and taking that out of the play. So really nice two plays here by quarterback Anthony Richardson. I really would have liked it to result in a touchdown, obviously, on this play, but really, really positive flashes and positive signs. A little smash concept on this one here, and obviously on that first play, a little pop pass over the middle. And a big reason why we're seeing Anthony Richardson being named the Colts starting quarterback in Week 1 is because of these flash plays right here. Again, this velocity on this pass over the middle to get Kylen Granson the ball upfield and create a 20-yard gain is big, but also just the effortlessness that it takes to throw this pass here and get it where it needs to go to Alec Pierce. These are high-level plays by a quarterback with high-level skill, and you just want to see them, over the course of an entire season. You want to see that consistency, and I think we're going to see him grow into that throughout the year. So that's all I have for today, guys. I know it was a little bit quicker than the other one that I did, but I really wanted to highlight these two plays by Anthony Richardson and talk about just some things that he did really well in this game. So if you guys like what you saw today, again, subscribe to the Horseshoe Huddle YouTube channel. We're going to be doing more of these breakdowns throughout the season. Probably do them like we did this week, where Monday and Wednesday we'll release like some quick film rooms and talk about Anthony Richardson, talk about the Colts overall. So leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you guys next time here on the Horseshoe Huddle Film Room.